Last week we learned about the pinning. When we have the data like this numerical data, so this is numerical data, and we have the numerical data on the target. We have the numerical data as the target. Now I want to do the classification. The classification is using the categorical data. Categorical. But this data is numerical. So we need to change this numerical data into categorical. So how to change the data from numerical to categorical? That is one way, which is binning method. So in the binning, there are many ways. You can use discretize. You can use discretize. And we want to set up the cells only. Okay. So you can check the cells. And let's say I'm going to use this one, the cells. For the cells, I want to use equal bit. Okay, so you already learned there are some methods, equal bit, equal frequency. Okay. Let's say I'm going to use the equal bit, and I want to set up two categorical values. Okay, I want to set up two. So it means from the sales data, which is numerical, so I want to make category. And the categorical or the categories, there will be two, 0 or 1. And then we can decide what is 0, what is 1. For example, 0 is low sales, 1 is high sales. Or maybe 0 is small sales, 1 is big sales. Yeah, it's up to you. Okay. After we decide that there will be two categories, and in this case I use the edit domain. The edit domain means I want to change the value, because if you use the values from discretize, the values will be using number like this one. So it is higher, equal to 14.3. So it is difficult to understand what is the meaning by higher than equal to 14.3. And we have also like this one, less than 14.3. So what does it mean? It is difficult to understand. And then we can make this category as, for example, high. And we can make this category as low. So how to change this into low and how to change this into high? So we use the edit domain. So in the edit domain, you can see here, if the value is less than 14.3, then make it low. If the value is higher than or equal to 14.3, change it to high. Okay. So you can press this one, and you can double click. So you can change. For example, I want to change to small. Okay, then you can also get small. If I want to change this to big, then you can also get the value big. So let me just change back to low, and let me change this to high. So the high sales, low sales will be the category. After that, please click apply, and then if you go to the data table, now you will see that the sales is high. And we know that high sales means it is the higher than or equal to 14.3. This is low. So we know that low is less than 14.3. After we know this one, then we need to select color. Select color means we need to know what are the features and what is the target. If the target is categorical, then it is if the target is categorical, then we want to do classification. In this case, the classification, we are using two classes. What are the two classes? We have low and we have high. Only two categories. In this case, we call this is binary classification. Binary, maksud saya itu gimana? Okay. So when we have the features and the target, and the target is categorical, now we can do the tree. So I will not explain more about this tree. Let's just use the default, and then you can see the tree viewer. So in the tree viewer, then you can do some explanation. What does that mean? Low sales. There are 112 data from 200 data, or it is 56.5%. So when you explain sama ke sampai budgetnya sama yang cocok budget sama rencana. Okay. So what does it mean? Okay, this means that the low sales we have 56.5%, and then this is from 112 data out of 200 data. And the most important attribute is PD. So when you explain, you can explain from this part. Yang gimana? Yang gimana? Soal kami, so we don't need to explain this one because it is too complex. It is only 4 levels. But if I change to unlimited, then it is too long. So you cannot explain everything. Usually, when we do the tree, we will explain only the first or the second. But when you do the exam, or when you do the assignment, just explain the first part. Okay. So you can make to, let's say, 3 levels. Then you will see this one. If you make 4 levels, then you can see like this. Now, the second part is about the binary classification. How about the multi-class classification? What does it mean by multi-class? In the multi-class, it means the class or the category is more than 2. Now, let me make another line. I will make here. Discretize. Now let's suppose I use the sales again, and I'm using the equal with And the category or the intervals, I want to create 3. What does it mean by 3? So here I set up 3. It means there will be 3 categories. In this case, because it is about sales, so I'm expecting that there will be 3 kind of sales. For example, low sales, maybe medium sales, and high sales. So there will be 3 categories. Now, can I set up into 4? Yes, of course. So there will be 4 categories. Can I set up into 5? Yes, of course. So it means there will be 5 categories. So it depends how you make the definition. Now let me just make 3 categories. And these 3 categories refer to this one, as I mentioned, high, medium, and low sales. After this, so let's see the data. Now you can see the sales is higher than or equal to 18.533. I think this is about the high sales. The other sales is in between 10.067 until 80.533. So I think this is about the medium sales. And the other category is less than 0.067. So I think this is about the low sales. Okay. Then we have high, medium, and low. In this case, I can set up a new domain. So you can go to the edit domain. And in the edit domain, you can go to sales. You can see here. So if it is less than 10.067, let me create it as low. If it is in between 10 until 18, then let's make it medium. And if it is higher than 18.533, then let's make it high. Okay. So you can again go here to the right click. So this is low. And then this is medium. And this is high. So you can press apply. Again, you can go to the select column. So in the select column, you can determine what is the features that you want to use. Let's say I'm using all the features. So I use TV, radio, and newspaper. And then the target is the statistics, the one that we created into the categorical block. And after this, let's say using the tree. And then let's see using the click view. And what can you expect from it? So the medium means this is in between 10 until 80. There are 56.5% from 200 data. So we have 112 data in the category of medium. And the best attribute to distinguish this medium is DD. So we can see there are 100 graph out of 200 data in the medium category. And the most important attribute is deep, because we can see here is DV. So DV means the spending on TV advertisement. So we can see something like that. So when you explain, you can explain shortly like this. Now, you can set that into 3, you can set that into 6, so you can set also unlimited. So if it is unlimited, then it is so complex. So we don't need to explain everything. So you just need to explain the first part or the top. This is the most important. So here is the most important explanation. Now, this is about the multi-class classification. So in the binary classification, we have only high and low. If it is multi-class, so the category will be higher than 2. For example, high, medium, and low. Or if there are 4 categories, so this is 3. If there are 4 categories, then it is also multi-class classification. If there are 5 categories, this is also multi-class classification. And so on. Okay. Now, we can also make the category with the press holding. Do you still remember? Press holding. We can make condition. So let's say I am going to make the press holding using the formula with for binary classification. Or I am also using the press holding to create multi-class classification. So let me just make a new one. I'm using the data set. So in this data set, I'm using the advertising. Now let me just create a formula. So I create the formula. And then the formula here mentioned that if sales is higher than 12.9. Okay. So how can I mix this category? 12.9? Yeah, it's up to you. For example, I want to say that I want to get this one from the statistics. So you can get the feature statistic and then check. Okay, I want to use the median. The median. You know the median? So for the sales, I would like to use the median as the threshold or the cutting level. So if the sales is higher than 12.9, let's make it high. If the sales is less than 12.9, then let's make it low. Then in this case, I want to make binary classification. Okay. Now let's see. I want to create the formula. Let me make 2 categories. So I make 2 categories. So in this case, I'm creating a function 0 if sales is higher than 12.9, else what? So if the sales is higher than 12.9, then let's make it as high. If not, then the sales will be low. So if the sales is higher than 12.9, it is 0 or it is high. If the sales is less than 12.9 or equal to 12.9, then it is low. If you do this, then you will see the data table. Now you can have the new attitude T1. So we have high and low. The sales is 22.1, so it is high. The sales is 10.4, it is low. And then what we can do is to check the select column. So here you can see, because we already have the high and sales, so we don't need to do anything to edit the domain. In the previous one, we need to edit the domain because we use the pinning. Using the pinning, we do not know what is the value. But using the formula, we can define which one is high, which one is low. So you don't need to do the edit domain in this case. So I will just use this result, and then I'm going to do the select column. For the select column, you need to determine which attribute to be the target. Now you already have the categorical data, and you want to put this one as the target. So I can change this one. I do not want the sales, so I will ignore. You know, ignore. We will not use this attribute. So we will exclude this attribute from our analysis. So I'm going to use D1, the new attribute, as the target. Okay. So I'm still using the three features, which is TV, radio, and newspaper. And now the target is D1. D1 is the new attribute that I just created. And then I remove the sales because the sales is the numerical attribute. Now we want to make the binary classification. So binary classification means we have two classes, or we have two categories. So we just create two categories, which is high and low. After we have this one, and then again you can do the three, and then you can do the three keyword. And then you can check. Again, you can explain what is this one. There are 102 data out of 200. They are in the category of low. So they are in the category of low sales. The low sales is the sales when it is lower than 12.9. Okay. And then the most important attribute is D. And you can explain. There are 102 of 200 data in the low sales category. And then the most important attribute using 3 is TV. Okay, so this is two important explanation when you do exam or when you do your assignment. Let's say I want to create multi-class classification. Multi-class classification means there will be more than 2 categories. Suppose the categories are high, medium, and low. Okay. Now we can set up the condition. So the condition can mean anything. Let's say you must ask the manager or you ask the director. High sales okay. Medium sales okay. Low sales then you can get formula and then you can set up the new categorical. Let's say new sales. You can design the new attribute and then set up the condition. In this case, if the sales is higher than 80, then make it as 0. Else 1. If the sales is higher than 9.7, this is just example. Else 2. So there will be 3 categories. Category 0, category 1, and category 2. Now we can set up 0. Let's say this is high. This is medium. This is low. This is high. This is medium. And this is low. After you set up this one, and okay, select the column. I want to make the new sales as the target, and then the sales will be ignored. So I will not use the sales. I will just use the new sales, and then I can make the tree, and then I make the preview, and I will see this result. So what does it mean? There are 111 data out of 200 in the medium sales category. And the most important attribute is T. Okay, so this is the 2 important explanation that you can get from this decision tree. You can set up the depth if it is unlimited, or if it is too complex like this one. Yeah, you can limit only to 3 levels or maybe 4 levels like this one. Okay. So that's about the beginning. Personally, when we do with the supervised learning, the most important thing is explainability. What is explainability? When you go with the decision tree, when you make this tree you can explain. It remains consistent. Okay. So this algorithm is good because we can explain. But what if you use different algorithm. Now, let's see. I'm going to use the iris data. I'm going to use the iris data, and then I'm going to do it several kind of algorithm. Let me just use file, and then this is the iris data. Okay. I think you still remember the septal length, septal width, petal length, petal width, and iris. So using this one, so I can set up different kind of algorithm. If I use the division tree, then I can create the tree viewer. If I use different algorithm, let's say I use the logistic regression. The problem is I cannot use tree viewer. So how can we use this? Okay. So if I want to create another algorithm, for example, you learn about the kNN. In the kNN, let's say the k equals to 5. Now, I want to check the scoring. So I can do the test score. I can connect to the test score. I can connect to the test score, and then I want to connect to the data. Now, if I see this one, which algorithm is the best? The best algorithm, let's say I'm using the accuracy. The best algorithm means the highest accuracy. Not accuracy. Logistic regression. So we need to choose the logistic regression. But the problem is, how can we explain it? When you use the decision tree, it is possible to use the preview. But if you can get the different algorithm, then you can show the explainability. So, in this case, I will also teach you. You can also look at the other model. Okay, so there are other model here. Because of the time, I can explain everything. So let's say I'm using the random forest. Okay. Here you can see the random forest. And then let's say I'm using the SVM. There is also another algorithm, SVM. So let's look at the test and score. And what is the result here? So based on the classification accuracy, okay, logistic regression is the best. Okay. It's yours 973. So when you do with the assignment, you can use these 5 algorithms: tree, logistic regression, and random forest, SVM. And then check which one is the best accuracy. The best accuracy here, then you can check. How to check the explainability? So we have, let's save this one. Okay, when you do your assignment, you can save the file. Let's say this is the big 06 about explainability. So you can submit this .ows for your assignment 1. In this assignment, you can also create something like a description. The best algorithm is logistic regression. Okay, so you can explain in points. After you do the explanation, you can save it again in your computer, and then you can submit. Okay. So you don't need to make in Hangul. You don't need to create Word file. You can just explain everything in your Orange. In Orange, and for the explainability, you can do this one as well. So please you do this one for next class. You can install explain. So this function here explain. And for next week, let's install it, and I will explain on Thursday. Okay. Any questions, comments? And thank you very much for your attendance. See you on Thursday. Salam